I'm Gaurav Raj. I'm the head of partnerships and product here at Reworked.ai.
My name is Fred. I'm one of the co-founders at Reworked.ai.
I'm Hunter. I'm a business development manager and strategic partnerships manager at PCM Integrations.
So we now know the targeting aspect of it. We have a very clear insight as to how quickly they can send a direct mail. But one thing that a lot of roofers have asked me is, by the time I send a direct mail, what if someone else comes in, knocks, and takes that job? How does Betty solve that instant want versus those who haven't really realized, and then sort of help nurture these people with direct
So
mail?
yeah, let's talk about demand versus intent, right? First of all, when someone's buying a lead that's coming through Alphabet or Meta or doesn't matter, someone has demonstrated intent. They are in the market. They have been to a roofer's website to get a quote, or they have Googled roofers near me, right? Again, that's a fingerprint and it's being grabbed and you're being sold in some way, shape, or form. That homeowner realizes they need a new roof. They're shopping. They're very intelligent. They don't have to go and call. They can get quotes. That's fine. They're going to have to be serviced. Someone's going to get that job, and they're going to put a new roof on. What we're identifying is the homeowner that's going about their daily life and doesn't realize that their roof is aging and failing. For instance, they bought the house 7 years ago. The roof passed inspection, no problem. Everything's fine. That is the last time they have thought about their roof. If they're like an average homeowner, they're just busy. They're not roofers. That's it. Nobody wants to replace their roof. Nobody thinks, you know what? I hope I can replace my roof this year. No. I mean, of course, somebody may say, well, I want to upgrade to a metal. But then when they talk to their spouse or their partner, like, I really want to upgrade to a metal roof. Yes, fine, when this one's done, right? Because no one's going to put a $40,000 roof on if it's still got some if it's got some tread left. So we're finding the roofs that are at or near failure and the homeowners that have the financial wherewithal, their family size, their makeup, how they behave means that they're going to be interested in having a conversation about protecting their largest asset and their loved ones. Nobody wants to be sitting there with the book club over, the boys over to watch the game, a play date with the kids over, summertime party, whatever it is, and the night before, drip, 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 right? And once it starts, it doesn't slow down.
No.
Right? I was talking to a roofer this morning when we were on our way over here, and he was in Pennsylvania. He said, I'm going to start getting some mailers out in February. And I was saying, yeah, you need to, you can put in there, talking about intentionality, getting the right message out there. We saw your roof in the fall. Guess what? It didn't get any better over the winter, right? It's only gotten worse. Call us, let us get out there, let us give you some options, right? So taking into account what's going on, what's happening in the season, right? And talking to the customer as if they're intelligent, because they are, right? Don't think that you're just going to sell the roof because you got the best price. Talk to them, identify, create a connection. We're getting roofers that are giving us feedback where their customers are saying, not all of them, thank you for reaching out. I didn't know. I like to use this example. It doesn't make so much sense these days, but if you're driving and you pull into the grocery store, you're by yourself and you get out, another car stops as well and says, hey, I noticed your right rear tire, which as a driver you don't walk past, is low, or your fuel cap is missing and it's open. Instantly you have a connection of gratitude to that person. Thank you for taking time out of your day and letting me know something that's really important for my life. When a roofer tells most homeowners there's a problem, the responsible homeowners are going to respond in a responsible manner. Doesn't mean you're going to get the job, but you're going to have a connection that this company reached out and is helping me, again, protect my largest investment and the ones that I love.
All right. Let's assume that the roofer has gone through the zip codes, has understood where he needs to find his next jobs, and the prospect opportunities are sent to him. Hunter, how soon can this roofer go from having that list to then sending that direct mail to the homeowners?
So with PCM integrations, when you place an order, we print within the next 3 business days. So if you place it today, tonight would process that, and then Friday, Monday, and Tuesday would be the print day. So by the end of Tuesday, we would have it in the post office hands. Then it's on the post office and which postal shipping you picked. You got 2 options: first class, which is 2 to 5 days, or standard, which is 7 to 14. So for instances we're talking about where speed to lead is really important, right after using Betty to identify the right people, first class is obviously going to be the better option. But if we're thinking of like a nurture campaign where we're sending 3 and 4 mailers and they're going to be spaced out over a couple weeks, save a couple cents per mailer for doing the standard, because you can place the order and have time for it to get there and it to be okay.
I have a question for you. Does the average person in the U.S. notice a difference between a first class and a standard piece of mail when it comes to their house?
Unless you know what you're doing, no. The only difference really is the postage indicia on the back. It's either going to say first class or it's going to say standard, and it's very small font, literally on the indicia. That's smaller than the size of your thumb, the end of your thumb. So no, they're not. Everything else is going to look completely identical.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
But-
great question.
But I still need to do the design, figure out the messaging. It adds a layer of complexity to that, you
Yeah.
know, for as a roofer. Because I talk to them and they are more involved in their current pipeline of jobs.
Yep.
And they do want to spend. That's why they've always been telling me, right? Like PPC is so automated.
Yeah.
Because they don't have to do too much thinking.
Yeah.
They just have to set those ads to do some, and there are a lot of agencies who do that,
Yeah.
but they're not happy about it, but they don't have any other choice because
They're not happy, but they keep doing it
Yeah.
because it's
That's
easy.
the only thing they know.
Yeah, that's
Maybe-
exactly.
Maybe it's
really
going to
the only
get
thing
better.
See that hope, right?
Well, that hope and pray is for Sunday morning or Saturday, depending on your. It's not a business practice.
I think that's where we really step in. So the core part of like PCM integrations and kind of the difference, like Postcard Mania is our parent company. We're like the automation kind of also like software tech division of the company, which is why we can print in 1 to 3 days. We also have this amazing platform where you have around 150 pre-made designs ready to go over multiple different industries. You can use our free design editor that's built in-house. It's a lot like Canva, where everything's
Very
layered and
similar
stuff.
to Canva. It's really cool.
And yeah, our tech team did a great job. I praise them
Very
all
cool.
the time. They did an amazing job creating it. We had a lot of feedback of clients loving it. And you go in and you create your design, and it's templatized, ready to go.
So you can do that at midnight, at 10
could.
o'clock at night. You don't.
could.
It's like, hey, you create an account. You're making your own design. You're following best practices,
Yep.
and so it can be easy and ready to go.
It can be, or if you're like, hey, this is a lot, I don't know what to do, I want the experts. You just buy a design from our team, and we create it for you. Then you've got the design ready.
But
so
in
as
order to
soon as
use
you
that-
get the
that-
list, now you're ready to go. You don't have that lag.
In order to use that tool, does a customer have to pay, or can they just play with it to see what they want to do?
You can just mess around with it. So we have no monthly fees, no platform fees, or anything like that. You pretty much just kind of create an account, and
Same
you're
with
in
Rework.
there-
We don't
you're
have
in
any
there
monthly
now.
fees, no minimums, no commitments.
You don't pay for us until you need to get a design from us, or you actually place an order to send out. That's one thing that we thought about for a while, and there's other people in the space that quote unquote do what we do. Not everybody prints in house like we do, but they have like all these platform fees and stuff. And thinking of it from a consumer perspective, like we always have, it's like, why do we want to charge people to have access? We're a direct mail marketing company. We're not a SaaS platform company trying to charge usage fees. But to your point, once you have that design ready, it's very quick. Obviously, design is an element that's important.